The Camrose. Since 1945, this stadium has stood tall in the heart of Basingstoke. The ground was home to the town's football club for over 70 years. That was, until recently, when it was evicted by its former owner and chairman, Rafi Razak, with the intention to make way for new housing, but leaving the club without a home of its own. So just how did this once thriving stadium go from this to this?
If you wanna go, I'm down. We'll make the biggest thing.
So, where do we begin? So, early days, the Camrose was given to Basingstoke Town Football Club by Lord Camrose, and he gave it to the football club and said football can be played there until 2052. And then the mid-90s, a man named Rafi Razak came over, joined the club, and became the chairman.
When Lord Camrose died, he left the stadium to an estate in America. Later on, the chairman at the time, Rafi Razak, approached the estate and requested to buy it.
Of course, they let him buy it as a custodian of the club, someone who you'd think would do the best for the club.
In 2012, Mr. Razak tried to move the club to Downgrange, intending to create a local sports hub alongside the rugby and athletics facilities.
That got thrown out. Local residents, fair enough.
Mr. Razak once again planned to move the club in 2015, this time to the Old Common, not far from the town centre.
However, that didn't happen. Again, the residents threw it out. Quite rightly, there was already a site that the football ground was already on, and that was the Camrose. And unfortunately, at that point, Razak withdrew himself from the club, set up an arrangement for the club to move to Winchester, and threw the club out the Camrose. Started selling parts of the ground off, dug the pitch up so that we can go back there at all, and it's been a sorry state since we've been evicted from what is our home.
In September 2020, Mr. Razak submitted 2 planning applications to build on the Camrose site under his company Basron Developments, but these were unanimously rejected by the council, with 11 councillors stating they were in breach of local policy CN8, which states that permission can only be granted if a facility equal to or greater than the current one can be provided.
Since then, the club have also put an asset of community value stamp on the Camrose, because it is a true asset of community value, and that protects the land and gives the club first refusals if planning was to go through.
In 2020, the club was thrown a lifeline in the form of the Winklebury Sports Complex. Being able to return to their hometown has given the club stability. However, the ultimate goal remains. Basingstoke must return to their true home.
But we're as of last year, we moved into this facility, which is Hampshire FA's facility, which we rent from them, which has its own restrictions.
One major downside of this new stadium is that the team would be league locked, meaning that even if Basingstoke do win promotion, the Winklebury would require development in order for them to play there the next season.
Things like a tunnel would need to be added and extra seating and things, but then that money would have to come from us. Do we want to spend money on something that we see as a short to medium term solution?
Although a temporary solution, it is a viable one for now, allowing the club to earn matchday revenue once again. However, the club has ambitions far beyond this.
The football club, the community club now, I believe, want to turn it into a football community hub, so it can be used by schools, and we are hopeful that some sort of deal can be done that the football club can stay here for future generations, and that's what it's about. So it's important that this area is preserved.
We're going to fight it all the way. That's our home.
Pay-per-view, no VAR, no popcorn sold, no red wine bar. The fans are in.
Basingstoke. Long live Basingstoke. Say magnifique Basingstoke. Magnifique Basingstoke.